Welcome to the 2020 New Testament Challenge. It's Friday, and today we're in Matthew chapter 23. I heard a long time ago about a young pastor that went to his very first church. He was excited. He preached that hell was hot and that heaven was sweet, that sin was wrong and righteousness was to be sought. The church started to grow. They needed to add on to the church. Well, within that church, there were two brothers, and they were actually wicked to the core. One day, one of those brothers died. The other brother came to the young pastor and said he wanted him to do the funeral, but he needed to do him a favor. Would you please tell everyone that my brother was a real saint? Oh, and here's an envelope with a check that will pay for the entire addition to the church. The pastor took the envelope and then he walked off. What was he going to do? Well, the time for the funeral came. He stood before the congregation and he looked down and he said, Jake was a wicked man. He cheated at business. He was underhanded with his taxes. He was mean to his kids. He was unfaithful to his wife. But compared to his brother, he was a real saint. Chapter 23 is one of those chapters where Jesus was telling the religious leaders exactly what they needed to hear, and it wasn't sugar-coated at all. He was telling them that they were hypocrites. That's one of the things that many people say about the church, that the church is full of hypocrites. Well, to be honest, sometimes that's true. There are people that are hypocritical. What do you do in those situations? You can't defend that. There was a young pastor that I also heard about that was talking to someone that would not come to church because he said there's too many hypocrites that were there. The pastor looked at him and said, you know, you're right. I bet if you became a Christian, you wouldn't be like that. And the man said, no. If you became a Christian, you'd be faithful. Yes, I would. If you became a Christian, he said, you would be consistent, wouldn't you? Yes, I would. Well, you know, Jesus died for you and he loves you. Would you like to give your life to him and give him control of your life so that you can be a real Christian? The man didn't know what to say. When people look at us, they want to see someone that's real. They want to see Jesus. When people see you or they see me, may they see Jesus, because that's what people long for, someone that is real. Thank you for being part of the 2020 New Testament Challenge.